Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. For math today, we are going to be learning about the 2D shape called a rectangle. Okay, we have already learned about circles. We've learned about squares. We learned about triangles yesterday. Today, we're going to learn about a rectangle. Now, I want to know if you remember what a side is. If you remember what a side is, I want you to turn to somebody who's next to you, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your grandma, aunt, uncle, friend, and tell them and say, a side is, go ahead. Okay, a side is the straight lines that are on the edge of the 2D shape. Okay, now I want you to look to somebody around the room and tell them what a vertex is, if you remember what that is. I hope you said that a vertex is when two of those sides come together to make a point. All right, so let's look at our rectangle. And we're going to count the number of sides and the number of vertices. All right, so let's start with the sides. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and now let's count those vertices. That's where those two lines, two sides come together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I noticed something interesting about that. It says a rectangle has 4 sides, which we figured out, and it has 4 vertices. Do you remember what other shape has the same number of sides and vertices? That's right, our square also, I'm going to draw a little one here. Our square also has 4 sides and 4 vertices, but there's something special about a rectangle that makes it different than a square. Do you know what it is? The rectangle is different from the square because a rectangle has 2 long lines that match. So we have these 2 match. That means they're the same length. And then you have the 2 sides that are the same shape, the same length. So these 2 sides are the same length, and then these 2 are the same length. Where when we look at our square, all 4 of those are the same length, right? So that's the difference between a rectangle and a square. Okay, now for your last day, you're going to go ahead, you're going to grab your shape hunt, and you are going to look around your house for some rectangles. And what I did and what I found, I'm going to show you now. Rectangle. I found a lot of things in the house that is a rectangle. Yesterday I had a hard time finding those triangles, but today was a little easier. First thing that I found was my phone. Look, has 2 long sides and 2 short sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 vertices. All right, so I'm going to draw my phone. Oh. I remember that. It could be either an F or a PH, right? That was one of our diagrams. Oh, no. And I know if my O is saying oh, there must be a silent E at the end. I also found a book. Now, yesterday, or the day of the squares, I found a square book. This time, I found a rectangle book because these 2 sides are long and these 2 sides are a little shorter. So it's not a square, it is a rectangle book. And then last, I found a picture frame. These 2 sides are long, these 2 sides are a little shorter, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. So I'm going to draw a nice little picture frame. It had my flower in it. Very nice, and that is your last day of math today. Nice job, everybody.